Hello friends and welcome back to our channel. In our previous video, we explored the fundamental building block of web development, which are HTML and CSS. If you missed that video, I dropped the link to the video in the description below, and I'll also drop it at the end of this video. Today, we're taking the next step into web development journey. I'll be guiding you through setting up your web development environments to ensure you have all the necessary tools you need to turn your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript skills into incredible web projects. The necessary tools you need to set up your web development environment include source code editor, a web browser, source controller, package manager, local development server, and finally, project folder structure. There are hundreds of source code editors available out there for developers, and when you're looking for the best, it depends on your specification and preference. But however, some of those source code editors commonly used by web developers include Sublime Text, Notepad++, Atom, Vim, Bracket, and Visual Studio Code. And so in this video, we are using Visual Studio Code because it's free, powerful, highly customizable, and has a vibrant extension ecosystem. So the first thing we need to do is to go to Visual Studio Code's official website and download the installer. Make sure you download the appropriate version for your operating system. I'm going to download this because I'm using Windows operating system. Okay, good. Once the download is completed, and follow the instruction to install it. And when the installation is completed, this is what you're going to see on the screen. Visual Studio Code offers a user-friendly interface and various features to help you write HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code. Though it is also used in writing other programming languages, but for now, let's talk about HTML and CSS. Then much later, we'll talk about JavaScript. So let's set the environment for that. So today we're going to strictly focus on setting the environment, and I don't have to talk about the menu, the sidebar, the status bar, and all of that. But right here is the sidebar. I want you to click on extension right here, and if you observe on the installed, I'm having 0 here. That means I haven't installed any extension from the extension market. Now go back to the search area here and then search and install these extensions. HTML CSS supports, Bootstrap, JavaScript snippet, Prettier Code Formatter, Live Server, Code Spell Checker, VS Code Icons, Bracket Pair Colorizer, let's customize some of the settings here. Click on J icon at the bottom left corner to open the settings menu. Here you can modify various preferences according to your requirements. So for example, you can enable auto-saving just like this. You can also change the theme to your preferred scheme. Let's adjust the font size to maybe 20. You can equally change your word wrap. Yeah, just like this. So let's keep that aside. A web browser is your window to the internet, and you need it for testing your website. Make sure you have a browser installed on your system, and I recommend you use Google Chrome. If you don't have Chrome on your system, simply visit Chrome browser official website. Download and install the browser installer. There you have it. So this will give us a clear view of what we're doing. Source control is essential for managing your code effectively and collaborating with others. We'll be using Git for this purpose. If you don't have Git installed on your system, head over to Git official website and download the installer for your operating system. Okay, so you can go on with the installation, and after the installation, Let's configure it using our name and email. Then your name here, then your email here. Correct. So let's go to GitHub website and create an account. Correct. Okay. So next part of it is to choose our package manager. So we're going to use Node.js and Node Package Manager. They are essential for modern web development, and especially now that we're going to use JavaScript much later for our development. So here's how to install it. Visit Node.js official website and download the LTS version of your operating system. Make sure you install it, and it will install the Node Package Manager automatically. Correct. To test your website locally, you will need a local developer server. Forget that we installed live server previously. So you might be thinking why we're adding this to what we need to install. So much later, you know the major reason why I'm adding this, I'll explain it to you. So we'll also work with PHP and SQL towards the end of the course to add more life and functionality to our project. So the local server we're going to use is XAMPP. You can go to the official XAMPP website, download and install the XAMPP installer. There are a lot of things I will expose to you on this when the time comes, and it will help you when hosting your website online. So finally, let's talk about project organization. Having a well-structured folder system for your project will keep things organized and make collaboration easier. For example, let's create a project folder we're going to use for our next video. Go to Explore and then click on Open Folder. It will take you to your directories. So all you need to do from here is to locate a convenient place to create a folder. I'm going to create mine on my desktop. So here on my desktop, I'm going to right click and then go to New and finally click on Folder. So with this, I have a folder but just on my desktop and not in VS Code. Now let's rename the folder to my website. Good. Now click on Select a folder. There you have it. Now let's go to New File. We have different file formats, but what we're going to create now is a HTML file. So click on File. Let's give the file name as index.html and then click on Create. As simple as that. Now let's create a CSS file. Go over here and click on New File. Type in style.css and hit the Enter button on your keyboard. Now let's create a folder for your image. Go over here and click on Folder. Type in Images and hit on the Enter button on your keyboard. Now let's access the folder we created and the files. We are going to have something like this. This is the HTML file, the CSS file, and the images folder. So let's add images to this folder. Locate the images on your system. Choose your preferred image and then go back to the image folder and paste them there. Very good. Let's go back to our VS Code environment. You can now click on Images. There you have it, as simple as that. We're going to work with the images folder, the CSS file, and the HTML file. You now have a perfect web development environment. Feel free to experiment and find what works best for you. You can add more extensions and modify some of these settings. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you found this video helpful. In case you have any question or suggestion for future videos, please leave them in the comments below. See you in the next video.